Welcome back, boys. We got round one of the postseason recap coming at you. I don't even have any college football to bitch about anymore, so we're just going to get right into it. First game of the playoffs we're going to talk about. Pams came in, got it done, making their first ever title appearance now with a big win, 317 and 294 over the Philly Cheekles. And here to talk about it is team owner of Pams, Brendan Lemp. So Lemp, tell us how your boys were able to get it done these past 2 weeks.
Well, we were able to get it done through teamwork and hard work. Every day at practice, our boys were putting in the long hours on the field, and they came together after. They had a lot of off-field bonding opportunities this last week to really strengthen that connection. And it was obviously shown through the performances of my core players, such as Cooper Kupp, led the way with 35 points, let's just say. Absolutely bomb, puts up 2 more touchdowns. And then Zeke, another role guy, he was consistent. He didn't he didn't blow anybody out of the building, but, he put up his points, so that was solid. And then our top guys, Cook and Hill, a little shaky from them, but, that was a one-day pickup on Tyson Hill. After watching him, would not pick up again, would not recommend. And then Delvin Cook, I'm a little sad boy because he just got COVID and he is now out for this next week. And, he has potential to put up 30 points. That's not the norm. So that's going to be huge for our team. We're going to have to figure out how to fill that hole. All right, go.
Okay. So, you guys came out the first week and put up like 190 something to set the tone early in your matchup. I got to know what pregame speech you gave to the boys to get them fired up.
For the second week?
The first week.
Oh, the first week.
When you put up
I just told, do you guys want to have a sick boat party like Tom Brady last year? Do you want to have a championship parade? Because I can make that happen. This upcoming summer, if you guys just bring home the ship, we'll drink tons of beer, have a boat party, and it'll be a good old blast. And they're like, damn right. I want that midsummer bonus of a sick-ass party. So that's what really got the boys going.
That will indeed do it. On the flip side here, the Philly Cheekles, they did get their first division win and playoff appearance this year, but it would ultimately come up short despite having the second highest point total in the league these past 2 weeks. They had a valiant comeback effort, down 40 after week 1. Justin Herbert started things off for him well this past week, 26 on Thursday. And then Jonathan Taylor also kept that going, 26 versus New England. That was on Saturday. Debo had another big game with 20. And then the Colts defense had a big game with 23 also on Saturday. But at the end, it would be Cooper Kupp versus Miles Sanders and David Montgomery. And Cooper Kupp was just too much for them to handle. And the comeback would not come to fruition, and they would drop this one. I'm sure they're still quite proud of their year, and they'll have a lot to build off going into next year. But it's a rough one for the Philly Cheekles.
Tough relocation, eh?
Indeed. All right. Second playoff game. We have Leeroy Jenkins barely holding on to squeak it out, winning by a measly 4 points, 265 to 261 over the Texas size 10 Fords. And we also have team owner Adam Kleckner here to tell us how the boys got it done.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here, Travis. Longtime fan, first-time caller. It started off with a strong week 1. This is week 2 we're looking at right now, but week 1 was a strong performance. We set the tone. We got a 35-point lead. I felt pretty comfortable going into that, and then that was immediately shut down when Kelsey put up a big 4-1. Not exactly what I had anticipated. I knew it was a dog, but didn't want that to happen. So that shook me a bit, and then week 2 came around fully, not after the Thursday game, and we had 3 of our best players, Tom Brady, Najee Harris, and Cordero Patterson, put up their worst games of the entire season. I don't know what happened there. They probably partied too hard, thought this was going to be a walkthrough after week 1. We had some talks in the locker room after that. We are not going to make that mistake again. But everything came down to that Tuesday game. I had 1.1% and a dream. That's what I went into Tuesday with. I had Goddard with a 1-point lead against Stafford. tough matchup, especially when you looked at that projections. Sleeper saw it. Sleeper believed I had no chance, essentially, until Goddard decided he was going to have a day. And then Stafford didn't quite show up. Goddard, what a man. Look at those numbers right there. 7 for 9. He should have had 9 for 9. He made a couple of bad drops. We're going to talk to the receiver coach about that. We're going to figure out what we can do to make that progress going into this next week, because I think he's earned a spot in that roster. Pitts has not been doing that for me lately. So Goddard took it to him. We had it. That was insane. I was so hyped. That's the most intense single game I can remember having in this league. I'm sure there may have been some close ones in the distant past, but that was a real butthole pucker right there. Take a sledgehammer to get a needle up there during that game. But that's what it ended up coming down to right there. You know, in Goddard we trust. He took it to Stafford and he came out the victor. And for that, we are gonna throw him a fucking party. That's for sure.
So I gotta ask. You said you were entering Tuesday with a 1% chance. Did you ever lose faith? And if so, when did you get it back?
Yeah, I don't want to say I lost faith, but I gotta admit, you know, as a realist, I woke up. I was going into Tuesday thinking, I was fairly sure the chances were not in my favor. Just like I saw the 1%, I said, you know, I might actually lose. And it was a weird feeling because at this point I've forgotten what that feels like. It's been a long time since I've lost. It's been 10 games now, if you count that one. So 11 weeks of forgetting what an L tastes like. But, you know, this upcoming week, we do have a formidable opponent. He put up some big numbers. He's showed he's a real threat. We're going to have to take it to him. We're going to get tight. We're going to figure it out. I know that these boys right here that put up those low numbers are going to get that together because, you know, those are those guys that want the points to be on the board. They don't care about a win as much as like putting up as many points as they possibly can. They're going to get together. We already talked about it in the locker room. They're doing their own personal training separately from the team in addition to the team practices that we're having. So they're going to figure that out. We're going to come back strong and we're going to give Lamp a run for his money. But yes, I was starting to lose faith going into that, but I was trusting in Goddard. I was giving all the good vibes, all the hopes. I was looking forward to this game. I was nervous as hell, but I did not think I was out like every other statistical anomaly. Not anomaly. Having wine. All the other shits like pointed against me. I still felt strong. I thought there was a real chance, and Goddard made it happen. That's what it came down to.
All right, very well said. On the flip side here, over here at Texas Assassin Forge, you know, this one's a real heartbreaker. Just 3 games ago, we were 8-3, looking pretty, and then it just all came coming down fast. But I'm proud of this way this team fought. We went into halftime here after week 1, down 34 points, and team captain Travis Kelce stepped up and said, who's going to step up? And then he led the way on Thursday with a big 41 to even get us back into it. Devontae Adams only getting 15, but he did help to drag down Aaron Jones and keep him at a formidable amount. So that was, you know, still a good way to contribute. And the same from Ryan Suckup, a -1, but he did help keep Tom Brady at 6. So the boys fought hard. It's another season disappointment over here at Texas Size, but we're going to come back stronger, better than ever next year. You better believe it. We're going to come back focused, and now we know what it takes, where our shortcomings are, and what we can do to improve them. All right. Third game up, we have the Little Caesars Mediocrity Bowl. In case anyone is curious, D's Nuts is currently leading over Cleveland Steamers by a score of 273 to 245. That is good for a 28-point lead. And also, if anyone is wondering where Nick is this week, we don't really know. He has gone missing. We think he's in Green Bay because the only thing he left behind was a receipt for a plane ticket to Green Bay and a note that said, I need to cherish our last remaining moments together. So he's probably over there cuddling up with Aaron Rodgers or something, but we wish him the best, and we hope to see him back on the show soon because it's going to be quite hard to carry this. I'm not going to lie. All right. Now to get to the Toy Bowl games. First game up, Cleas Mafia becomes yet another Kim K Award winner to escape having to do the last place punishment as they defeat Francy Feast 217 to 188. Russ had 24 the first week, not as great the second week. The real big performer for them was the Cowboys defense, 22 in week 15 and 33 the week prior. Of all the position players this past week, best player was Stonks with a nice 17. They do manage to stay dry, but not really in any impressive sort of fashion, especially this week 15. It was more so just completely handed to them by Francy Feast. Injuries continue to be a problem for this team, but that was not completely it. And no one's going to make excuses for your injuries, so you still got to fill them in. Kyler Murray, 15 points, really played worse than that. Just a terrible day. The Cardinals lost to the freaking Leons, which is just mind-boggling to even believe that's something that actually happened this past week. Michelle had a decent day, but Ty Montgomery really weighing down the running back rooms. He had a fat 0 points, which that's just a good way to end up in the lake, I guess. Mike Evans only 2.4. He is also hurt and might not play this week. It's still up in the air, but it's not looking great. So that's just another injury that's piling up on this team. And then Gronk just really had possibly the worst game of football I've ever seen him play. Only 2 catches on 11 targets. That's just really rough. He had a good number of drops in there as well. And yeah, pretty much you score less than 200 points in 2 weeks, you're just not going to win. They better figure it out quick or they're going to be swimming in the lake. All right. And then the other toilet bowl game, we had the GOAT KD completing the comeback, getting the win over FaZe Kev 283 to 241. Aaron Rodgers now has scored 30 points in 4 straight weeks, including both of these 2 weeks. Yet, if you'll notice, his nickname's still laundered. Calling your star quarterback wash, probably not great for chemistry. Probably why we've heard rumors all season that Aaron Rodgers might want out of the GOAT KD at the end of the season. But that's for the offseason to dictate. We're not going to worry about that too much right now. Tyreek Hill had a big game, got 32 points, stepped up when they really needed him. However, he does have COVID, so he will not be participating in the 7th place game, or at least does not appear so at this time. And then Gage also had a nice day with 21. They were able to complete the comeback and stay dry. As for FaZe Kev on the flip side here, just really not what you wanted to see. They had a big lead coming into the second half of this one, and were just not able to hold it on. Allen and Eckler had decent days, I guess you would say, but 6 single-digit performances, including some real head scratchers here. Michael Pittman only 1.2, probably salty, only had 1 catch, decided to start a boxing match out in the field, and he got ejected. And then Chase Claypool, only 1.9 points, somehow got 12 receiving yards on 0 receptions. I don't know how that's done, but regardless, this team is now facing the lake for the 2nd consecutive year. I'm sure they do not want that to happen. No one wants to see that happen for them. So hopefully they'll be able to figure it out quick. All right, and now to preview the second round of the postseason. First game we got up, we got the 7th place game. 10th seed Cleas Mafia taking on 8th seed the GOAT KD. The GOAT KD did manage to win this regular season matchup by a mere 3 points. That was the big Kamara thriller on Monday Night Football. Cleas Mafia is definitely capable of having a winning team, definitely capable of having a team that is tough to beat on any given week. It's just a matter of will they show up. They need some big performances from their big players. We've seen it a few times this year, but we'll see if they can manage to get it together again and earn that $9. And then for the GOAT KD, big problem with Tyreek having COVID. We'll see if they're able to fix that. We'll see if they're able to amend their relationship with Rodgers heading into the offseason. And we'll see if maybe they can even get that $9. Second up, we got the 3rd place game. Yours truly, Texas size 10 4 seed, taking on the Philly Cheekles at 9-4. The Philly Cheekles did get the better of us the first 2 matches of the season, beating us by 13 the first time and 8 the second time. So they definitely have the recipe together on how to beat us, and they're going to have to go back to what worked those first 2 games again. For us, we just went through a heartbreaking loss that's going to be tough to recover from mentally, but we're going to be able to get it done and regroup and fight hard for our 3rd place. We also do have Kelsey on COVID watch, so we'll see if he's able to get back. That might be another big hole we have to fill, but hopefully he tests negative. All right, and now we have everyone's fan favorite title game, I guess you would say. We have 9th seed FaZe Kev taking on 7th seed Francy Feast in the Toilet Bowl finale to determine who will be taking a polar plunge into the cold January lake. This regular season matchup was split 1-1. Francy Feast won 178 to 137, and this team blows came back to win by 10, 154 to 144. Francy Feast, they've really got to figure out their running back situation. This is their last chance to do so, so they better get it together. And then for FaZe Kev, big dogs got to perform for them. They need big days out of Allen, Eckler, and Claypool. You get that, should have this one won. And now, lastly, we preview the championship game, and we have brought back both team owners, Leeroy Jenkins and Pams. We have Adam Kleigner and Brennan Lemp here to discuss this one. This game in the regular season was won by Pams, 118 to 109, close one. But as we all know, Leeroy Jenkins has won 10 straight since then, so this is a different animal than they were at the beginning of the season. So, Lemp, we'll start with you. Tell us what you want to see from the boys and what your message is to Pams Nation.
Well, for my team, I just want to see a good, strong, hard, honest effort. We're so happy to be here in the first place, our first appearance. And we're just going to keep playing our game that got us here. We believed in our core guys and our team just plays football out there. They know how to play. You just look at the Cooper Cup interviews. He pretty much runs all my practices. So going from there, I just want them to keep playing the way that they have been. And then what was the next question? My fan base. My fan base, they're just going to hold on and they're going to watch an exhilarating match. We're expecting to hopefully win again, just like we did earlier in the season. But we're not going to get too cocky quite yet. We're going to just take it in stride.
All right, Adam, now over to you. What's your message to the boys and the Leeroy Jenkins fans everywhere?
Well, I'm just thrilled to be back in the championship for the third time in 6 years. It's a great place to be. I'm happy to be here. I'm glad we have a formidable opponent in the Pams this year. It's going to be a great matchup. I have a lot of faith in my boys. Like I talked about, we were smoothing out the rough edges that were coming up in the last week's game. And I think we're going into this well. I think I have an edge to start. Unfortunately, for Lemp, Dalvin Cook is out with COVID. And also, unfortunately, Kittle put up a whopping 3.6, which I imagine to be his worst game of the year. And once again, I'm kind of getting that little stroke of luck that I've been getting this season. But my boys, they're strong. They're going to go in. They're going to go in strong. Got a chip on our shoulder because Lemp is one of the 2 people to beat me this year. So we got to figure out what happened the last time. We've been watching a lot of film from week 3, week 4, something like that. We're going back. We're seeing how we've adjusted since then and how we've been able to go on such a tear in the last half of the season. We are doing everything we can. I think our boys are excited to be here, and we're going to give them a run for the money. But, like I said, Pams is a formidable opponent. I have faith in my boys, don't get me wrong. But he did put up big numbers the last couple of weeks, and I'm not going to leave anything to chance here in this game.
All right, very well said by both of you. That does it for this week's recap and the preview of the final round of the postseason for everyone. I know I say it every week, but you better make sure you bring your A game this week because this is the last chance, these last 2 weeks. Any final thoughts from our last 2 guests before we get off here?
Go Lions, 3 in a row, baby. Let's go Lions. 3 games in a row. Let's go.
I want my fucking column, Lemp, so be ready.
Well, I want my name on the trophy, so Cleas will never hear the end of it. Also, a huge shout out to BA, Brandon Ayuk, for getting a tutty in tonight's game just to show Cleasby that he made a real big mistake, and now Nick is profiting from that. So Cleasby, just a terrible franchise, and the Cleas Mafia, whatever they call themselves these days. Day after day, week after week, they keep putting out like shitty ass performances. Like you wouldn't even want to like tell your mom like how bad your fantasy team is. That's how bad it is. So just good luck to that franchise. That's all I really wanted to say. In their future, in their rebuild, if they even
He
know
doesn't
how.
have to tell.
They
his
might
mom
be
that,
gone
though.
forever though. Who knows?
We might have to realign the rivalry here. All right.
But Cleas season, 12 months a year.
relocate them to Houston.
All right, boys. Have a good one.
It's
All
been a
right.
pleasure.